Now, Google Dorking, also known as Google hacking, refers to the practice of using advanced search engine techniques and Google search operators to find sensitive information or security vulnerabilities in websites. It's a powerful method used by both security professionals and malicious actors to uncover information that is available on public websites. Now let's take a look at an example. Let's try to find some index files or index directories. We could try site Microsoft.com and then in title to specify in the title, and then index of, if I spelled that right, or looks like I misspelled that, so we'll just correct it real quick. So let's go to the first one, open link. And now welcome to package.microsoft.com. Now we could take a look at this and just kind of go down and see if we can find anything of use. And you could do this in a real engagement, on your own engagement, on Metasploitable, for example, as well. Now this could potentially reveal areas of the site that aren't properly secure. So now we found a page that lists directories of the files. It could potentially reveal areas of the site that are not properly secured. So let's go Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So we have all the different versions. Maybe we could find something on the more development side, maybe finding code or credentials, things like that. Maybe not on Microsoft, but you never know. Now let's locate public documents. So same thing, site Microsoft.com. Then file type, let's say docx, so a Word document file. And then pipe to split it, so that way we can look for file type documents or a Word doc, and then we can look for other file types. So it just specifies multiple searches. So file type PDF, and then again pipe, let's do file type XLSX for Excel spreadsheets. So go ahead and hit enter, see if we can find anything of use. Go ahead and block that. We don't want them to find our location or look at our location. So now it looks like we found a PDF file. See if that thing will load. So essentially this query would aim to find documents with specific file types. And as we saw, we use Microsoft Word, PDF, and Excel to try to look for those kind of files that are hosted on the domain. This looks like it might not load. Let's see if we can find another one. Open a few at a time. Looks like we found a .pdf file, SharePoint, Lookbook 2019, things like that. And then you can just keep scrolling, maybe finding something useful. Again, on a more small company, you might find something of more use. Maybe nothing, maybe a small company, maybe not something like Microsoft, maybe like your mom and pop shop. Let's see if we can search for configuration files or logs. So again, site Microsoft.com, file type, we'll look for a log, so log extensions. Let's do file type CFG, so configuration files, and then pipe again. Let's do file type env for environment files. Go ahead and hit enter, see if we can find something. So .log file, worksheet, function. Doesn't look like this will help us, but you get the gist of this. So debugger.log, looks like there's some debugger files. Maybe a particular customer was having an issue with this and needed help. You could potentially find log files, configuration, or environment files that should not be publicly accessible. These look like they're okay to be publicly accessible, but I'm sure if you dig deeper, you may find something. You get the gist of it. If you find a local mom and pop shop business that you're having a security assessment on, you could potentially find something. Or lazy developers, for example, sometimes people get a little bit lazy, especially if they're overworked. Now let's filter for specific topics within a domain. So let's say site again, Microsoft.com, and then in text. I'll specify in the text file confidential, and then file type, we'll look for a PDF. So this document is confidential. Let's see what this is about. So this search could potentially basically find PDF files that contain the word confidential within them. Maybe something we're not supposed to see. For example, maybe government documents if you dig deep enough, against maybe different government agencies and things like that. So again, confidential here. So this isn't going to provide us of any use, but you get the idea. We found a file that said confidential. Maybe it's just confidential within the organization itself. Any use of this material without written permission of supply chain wizard is strictly prohibited. So don't want to look into that any further, but you could definitely find something useful. This will probably help. Now, auto downloaded something, probably shouldn't open that, but you never know. It's okay. We're in a sandbox environment, so it'll be okay. If something happens, we can quickly erase this instance and then pop up a new one. And you get the idea. Now let's uncover email addresses. So site, Microsoft.com, and text, colon, let's say at Microsoft.com, because those are their emails. That's what the domain that their emails use. And then site www.microsoft.com. Go ahead and hit enter. Thanks for robot. Go ahead and select all the buses. So Microsoft 365 login, Microsoft privacy, Microsoft careers, nothing of use. See if we can do, let's maybe do Yahoo. Let's change it to Yahoo, for example. And you get the idea. You just keep on going. It depends on the domain. You know, maybe you're targeting a specific company with a different domain. You could find something of use. So this search could be used to help find pages that contain email addresses ending with @yahoo.com, excluding the main site. So without actually having the yahoo.com domain displayed or on the search result, it'll just display anything with @yahoo.com. So to help filter out for only the email addresses associated with Yahoo. Let's say we want to find webcams. So here's a little bonus. So maybe we'll do in URL top.htm in URL current time. Let's see if we can find anything. Just open a few of these. Looks like we found one webcam. Don't know what we're seeing here. Don't want to play around with this, but this is a case of bad password or not securing your cameras with a password. So we go in here and play around with this setup, log the camera out, change the functions, maybe if it had controls. Now we see a different camera pointing at these. Not really interested in that. But you get the idea. We could keep on going and potentially find something. So this lookout seems to be a wall or a journal. That's a whole different language. Looks like Italian. Then maybe we could try a different one in URL. CGI, if I specify that, CGI, start, page equals, network camera. Let's see what this is. Looks like it has pan tilt, so we could actually move the camera if we wanted to. Can't really see what we're looking at, but you get the idea. Looks like we're seeing some kind of port. You can see it's in real time, so we're seeing the actual waves. the frames per second is kind of slow, but get the idea. Boat pulled up over here. Here's another network camera. Looks like we're looking at some mountain. Now let's do one more. In title, say IP camera viewer, in text, then setting, then maybe client setting as well. Give that a shot. IP camera viewer, open that guy up. You can see these are all public IPs. Now it looks like we're looking at some downtown area, wherever this is. Car headlights turned on. You see people briefly walking. And again, this is in real time, 12:18 at the time recording. Looks like it's 5 a.m. or maybe 5 p.m. depending on what part of the world this is. So yeah, basically you can do a lot with Google Dorking. It's similar to Shodan.io if you know what Shodan is. And that'll be it for Google Dorking.